This is Mac OS Ken.
Apple goes big on small business, tons of Apple TV Plus talk, and a rare, though regular happening. It is Thursday, the 11th of November, 2021. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Ladder. Smart, dynamic term life insurance. Learn more at ladderlife.com/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by SimpliSafe, the right way to protect your home, especially right now. That's because the folks at SimpliSafe are giving Mac OS Ken listeners 40% off their award-winning home security this week. I like SimpliSafe because of how simple they make securing the home. They have ready-to-go packages available, or you can pick and choose just the pieces you need. Indoor and outdoor cameras, comprehensive sensors. You choose what's right for you, and it's all monitored around the clock by trained professionals who send help the moment you need it. Whatever you choose, installation is simple. My sensors, base station, and keypad took me less than an hour to install. SimpliSafe was even named Best Home Security System of 2021 by U.S. News and World Report. So you get all of that, and right now you get to save money too. You can get a complete home security system starting at just over $100 with no long-term commitments or contracts. Take advantage of SimpliSafe's holiday sale and get 40% off your new home security system by visiting simplisafecom/macOSKen. SIMPLI. Again, that's simplisafecom/macOSKen for 40% off your entire system. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Apple is ready to be the IT department for your small business, or getting ready anyway. The Cupertino company issued a press release Wednesday announcing Apple Business Essentials. Put simply, you bring the Apple gear, they'll bring the support. Apple says it's an all-new service that brings together device management, 24/7 Apple support, and iCloud storage into flexible subscription plans for small businesses with up to 500 employees. The company also unveiled a new Apple Business Essentials app that enables employees to install apps for work and request support. And one of the things I find interesting, the service apparently takes the whole bring-your-own-device landscape into account with something called collections. Quoting the press release again, collections enable IT personnel to configure settings and apps for individual users, groups, or devices. When employees sign into their corporate or personally owned device with their work credentials, collections automatically push settings such as VPN configurations and Wi-Fi passwords. In addition, collections will install the new Apple Business Essentials app on each employee's home screen, where they can download corporate apps assigned to them, such as Cisco WebEx or Microsoft Word. Yo. I added the yo. Apple talks up the security control IT managers will have. It also promotes secure storage and backups offered through iCloud. Now, the best quote that I've seen about the service so far was from Horace Didier. He posted on Twitter, regarding Apple's release of a subscription service for small businesses today, the addressable market is 212 million worldwide and about 30 million in the US alone. Apple's attack from below is well underway. Prices start at $2.99 per month per employee, going higher depending on the number of devices and level of service required. Anyway, that will be the starting price. Apple Business Essentials is available as a free beta now in the US, according to Apple. The service is expected to be fully available in the spring of 2022. Serving the Windows world while seemingly undermining it, a piece from Mac Rumors says Apple on Wednesday released iCloud for Windows 13. Changes include support for Apple ProRes videos and Apple ProRAW photos, so files in these formats can now be accessed from Windows PCs via iCloud. All participants of an iCloud Drive shared file or folder are now able to add or remove people, and Apple has introduced support for generating strong passwords using the iCloud Passwords app. All of that plus security patches. iCloud for Windows is available in the Microsoft Store. A day after a slew of updates to developers, the same slew is out to public beta testers. iDownload blog says Apple on Wednesday let public testers loose on the second betas of iOS, iPadOS, and tvOS 15.2, macOS 12.1, and watchOS 8.3. Currently being poked at, Legacy Contacts, which lets iPhone owners designate individuals who can access their own account after they pass. The nudity detector in iMessage for child accounts, about which we talked yesterday, is running in the beta. Hide My Email has a home in the Mail app by default in the beta as well. And the piece says this beta adds the ability for iPhone users to open the Find My app and locate items that can track me. This new feature will essentially locate Find My-enabled devices, including AirTag, and inform you of their presence. There are also a couple of interesting changes tied to Apple TV. According to iDownload blog, the Apple TV app now has a dedicated sidebar rather than the row of icons at the bottom. Additionally, a piece from the Mac Observer says the TV app has added a Store tab. That's great news because Apple doesn't have anything like enough of my money already. More news in a moment, but first a word from Ladder. Smart, dynamic term life insurance. There is so much you want to do for your family, and there is no doubt you can, provided nothing goes wrong. But if something does go wrong, who's providing? You don't want to leave your kids or your partner with financial issues you're not there to handle. That is why people get life insurance, especially term coverage, which is surprisingly affordable. Why not pay a bit each month to protect the ones you love? If you're thinking about it, choose Ladder. When you go through Ladder, everything happens online. No doctors, no needles, and no paperwork when you apply for $3 million in coverage or less. That said, if you do want to talk to someone, Ladder has a team of licensed agents who don't work on commission. They're not there to upsell. They're there to help. And it really couldn't be simpler. Going through the initial screening took me less time than you'll spend listening to today's show. So go to ladderlife.com/macOSKen today to see if you are instantly approved. LADDER, that's ladderlife.com/macOSKen. ladderlife.com/macOSKen. Seeking some stars for the end of the world, Deadline says Apple TV Plus has found a bunch of them. The entertainment news site ran a piece earlier this week announcing additions to the cast of Extrapolations. Currently in production, Deadline says the series tells stories of how the upcoming changes to the planet due to climate change will affect love, faith, work, and family on a personal and human scale. Told over a season of 8 interconnected episodes, each story in the scripted series will track the worldwide battle for our mutual survival spanning the 21st century. The cast was already huge, boasting the likes of Meryl Streep, Kit Harington, Matthew Rhys, Daveed Diggs, Gemma Chan, David Schwimmer, Forrest Whitaker, Tobey Maguire, and many more. And now here comes some more, including Edward Norton, Indira Varma, Kerry Russell, Cherry Jones, and Michael Gandolfini. No word in the piece on when the show will hit the Cupertino streamer. Apple's put out a trailer for an upcoming Christmas special. No, not the new one with Mariah Carey. iDownload blog says the company has put up a promo for Twas the Fight Before Christmas. According to Apple's description, Twas the Fight Before Christmas follows the story of a North Idaho neighborhood turned upside down by one man's obsession with bringing Christmas cheer to all through the biggest community Christmas event America has ever seen. Watching the trailer, it's sort of like if Clark Griswold was real and obnoxious, and his neighbors were real and his neighbors. The documentary hits the day after Thanksgiving in the States, Friday, the 26th of November. You can catch the trailer now on YouTube. A show with a few big names hits Apple TV Plus this weekend. The Paul Rudd, Will Ferrell, Catherine Hahn series, The Shrink Next Door, is set to start tomorrow. A piece from iDownload blog says The Shrink Next Door is billed as a limited series, a dark comedy that will tell the true story of Dr. Isaac Ike Hirschkopf, the therapist to the stars. Rudd plays the therapist, Ferrell plays his patient, Hahn plays the patient's sister, and I really don't want to say a lot more about it. I'm bringing it up because Apple released a first look for the show on Wednesday. While I've known about this one, the promo told me a bit more than I wanted to know as somebody who was already excited to watch the show. So if you're wondering whether you want to watch the show, you can catch the first look now on YouTube. If you're already planning to watch it, I'd say give the promo a miss. Leave room for surprises. The Shrink Next Door starts with 3 episodes tomorrow, Friday, the 12th of November. New episodes will land one at a time each Friday until the limited series ends. I don't know about you, but my interest in special effects has fallen off over the past few years. When I was a kid, there were barely computers, let alone computers used to make special effects in movies and TV shows. These days, with the exception of costumes and makeup, I sort of assume every neat thing we see on the screen comes compliments of zeros and ones. So it was kinda neat to watch the short that Apple has posted on the visual effects created for Foundation. iDownload blog says that turned up on Wednesday. If you haven't been watching and haven't read the books, the piece says Foundation is an epic science fiction saga based on the award-winning series of novels by writer Isaac Asimov, spanning a whopping 80 episodes in total. Set in a distant future, the show chronicles a band of exiles tasked with saving humanity and rebuilding civilization amid the fall of the Galactic Empire. Lots of spaceships in this one, and lots of those are physical things. Still aided by technology, of course. They're 3D printed, not kit bashed. Still kind of neat to know that the things you see happening are actually kind of happening. New episodes of Foundation drop each Friday on Apple TV Plus. Whether you like the show or just like seeing how the magic is made, you can catch the short on YouTube. What do you get when you put Tom Hanks, a dog, and a robot in a road movie? According to a piece from Deadline, you get the biggest debut yet for Apple TV+. While Apple hasn't said anything officially, secret people inside Apple said to know something about something say the post-apocalyptic buddy movie beat the previous opening record set by... Hey, what do you know? Beat the previous opening record set by the World War II thriller Greyhound, starring one Tom Hanks. The one that was in Finch. Apple would not divulge specific numbers according to Deadline, but sources said that Finch premiered in over 100 countries, more than doubled its opening day audience as the weekend progressed, and generated the largest opening weekend ever on the 2-year-old Apple TV+. And finally today, if you've listened to this show for more than a couple of years, you have heard me bristle, mostly jokingly, at the idea that working Apple I computers are rare. It's mostly because they go up for auction regularly. And so I may start referring to them as rare but regular. Let's try it out. Another rare but regular Apple I computer is at the auction block. Apple Insider says the Apple I in question was bought by a professor at Chaffey College in 1976. The Apple I was famously originally sold for $666.66, or the equivalent of approximately $3,211 in 2021 money. The machine went at a starting bid of $200,000. It more than doubled that, with a final successful bid of $500,000, or the equivalent of about $1 billion in 1976 money. For the record, I made that number up. Coming up in a few minutes, when Apple does what it's told to do in China and Russia, lots of people complain. They may be right to do so. They may be wrong to do so. The question I ask is it still news when that happens? Parallel host Shelley Brisbane and I consider that question in a few minutes. Find that show and listen wherever you get podcasts. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by SimpliSafe. Get 40% off your new home security system by visiting simplysafe.com/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by Ladder, smart, dynamic term life insurance. Learn more at ladderlife.com/macOSKen. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. info@macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.